totally okay. We would actually like to welcome you to part two of three and also kick it off with just a hands up if you had an aha moment, something that was super cool that happened from last class. Anyone want to share something they learned? Nicola? Yes, you did. Definitely. Go ahead, unmute yourself and let us know. Yeah, gut check. And we'll do this little gut check here. This is good.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And one of the first things I did was um, ask for a letter of sponsorship to help me get that going. And that came up really quickly. So I just tweaked it a little bit and I'm getting photocopies done today.
Beautiful. Love that. Okay. Time saver. Good, good, good. And then this gut check. So we're just going to ask you if you're coming in, let us know your location in the chat, please. Gut check. What do we have here? I know there's a comment here. So from 1 to 10, how are you feeling about AI? Is this what this is, Vicky? I can't
You're
remember.
so the idea was so last class you started at one point and you ended at another. So
Yes.
on that scale, yeah. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? Like if
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
were a
Yeah.
two, were you a six at the end? Were you a five the whole way through? Like did you feel like you moved along the scale?
Right, moving the needle. Did anybody feel like they moved the needle? Obviously, Nicola did. Yeah, so let us know 1 to 10. Give us your number. Oh, look at that. You moved from a 1 to a 4. Amazing.
Mhm.
Amazing progress. This is what it is. We're all
Yeah.
progressing, and there is no right or wrong pace. You guys need to go on your own pace. I did challenge some people to break the internet, break the
Yeah, did anyone run out of their free credits?
Yeah, did
Actually,
anyone re run out of their free credits where it
it
said, nope,
doesn't take
sorry?
long once
Oh,
you
good. Linda
start.
did. Linda did. Diane did.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Gosh, we've got Vegas in the house. This is great. Awesome. So if you're popping in, still just let us know where you're from. That's amazing. Okay, good, good. So 1 to 10, lots of movement there. We definitely want you to keep practicing. This is a new habit, and we're going to add on to it. Now, there was a brand GPT that was given to you as a gift in the email follow-up. And we just want to make sure, did anybody, you started it? I love it. Yeah, start it. I mean, that's
Yay.
what it's all about. It is quite a little bit of a
The
thing. I mean,
big.
you're gonna rebrand your whole business if you go through that. So absolutely starting that when you are ready. So again, keep those resources when you are ready and you have the time. That thing is a brilliant one for you to get into. It's wonderful. Okay, good stuff. And what's next here? Um,
Oh
Oops.
yeah, did
Okay.
anyone did
Yeah.
anyone see my money saving tip?
So, guys, Vicky is telling you some pretty awesome stuff on her LinkedIn. If you didn't, go connect with her on LinkedIn, but I'm going to just spill the tea here
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it was so good. So, basically, what she did was she was searching for something specific to buy online, but then she was smart because she is. She went into ChatGPT and said, "Hey, Chat, are there any coupon codes for X, what I'm looking for?" And do you know that this saved her 40 bucks, I think it was, on her one item, $40. So there's a new tip for you guys to think not just business, but like saving money. All right. That's really
There's
cool.
your
So
ChatGPT monthly
yeah,
subscription right
there
there.
you go. There you go. And we already kind of did this one, but
Yeah, we
anyone
did.
else? Yeah. Okay. Let's keep going because we got people
Yeah.
coming in. This is great. Love coupon codes. Absolutely. So after today's power plays, we're going to unleash expansion. Expanding your vision. It's going to be really, really exciting, and we have lots for you. There's our beautiful Vicky again, who was live in person in Toronto meeting, which was meeting her in person is great. But here she is with us, past Lead Tribe member. She understands what professional and entrepreneurs need. She's got all this training and AI experience. Like, gosh, I was so lucky to have you here. So thank you again, Vicky. And we're going to go through this real quick. We just have a few things to touch on, and we're going to
Yeah.
take off here. Here we go.
Yeah, we'll get right into the prompts. So,
Yeah.
just to give you an overview again, a couple objectives, what we're trying to achieve today, some same disclaimers as last time, which I do think are important. Mindset shifts, the ChatGPT features that you are for sure going to know by the end of this series, and some new terms that I think are going to be helpful. This concept of voice to text is going to be really important today, and context engineering. We're going to run through prompt scenarios. It's going to be a lot more fun if we use you guys as the guinea pigs, because then it gives you a chance to actually one of your business workflows through ChatGPT and get some guidance and feedback on how you can have that conversation. So please be ready for that. Yeah, it's going to make this a lot more interactive. And of course, some considerations as you go about your week and you apply what you're learning today. Key takeaways in next class, and then how we can work together. Last time I rushed through that section, but Linda and I are going to take some time at the end to make sure that we can share with you how we can stay connected and that, because this is a learning journey as well. And time for questions. We also want to make sure we leave time for questions this time. All right, so last time we covered there's two different ways to use AI, and one is good, one is bad. But the bad one is usually how you start out. You start out by realizing that it can do a lot of thinking for you, and then you're naturally going to gravitate over to how to have it think with you. So that's what we're trying to do today and next week as well. We want to improve your prompting skills. This is the question I get from everyone. This is probably what you're thinking. You've heard about it on LinkedIn. How do I prompt correctly? I want you to know that it's not as crazy and as an elusive idea as you might think it is, and we're going to practice that today. We're going to use scenarios that are certainly primed for ChatGPT application using context engineering and you guys as our guinea pigs. You will never be using ChatGPT as well as you can, but there are certainly some best practices that we can put in place to make sure that you're using it as best as possible. There's no right way to learn how to use AI, but again, there's systems and there's processes and there's habits that we can all sort of get used to, and we can start thinking differently about how we work. We're not going to cover privacy, governance, and data. That's a whole separate topic. And yes, ChatGPT can be wrong, especially in some of the prompts we're going to do today. We might actually see it be wrong. We might see it give false sources. It might hallucinate. And so it'll be good for you guys to see in real time maybe how we can push back and make sure that we continue to prompt ChatGPT for the right information. And on that note, of course, always review the information. Okay, so I didn't realize that this mindset shift we just covered it, but this is really important. I just really want to drive home the fact that you're never doing it wrong. You could always be doing it better, but you're doing it the best that you can. And so just remind yourself of that. And it's important as we learn. So these are features that we covered last time. If we didn't get to one of them, we're definitely going to make sure that we've covered all of these by the end of next session. And if you have any questions about how to do these too, then it's really important that you guys know how the stuff works, like how the actual platform works. My top 5 prompt tips, these are the ones that I would focus on. Use action verbs, be direct. You don't need to say please and thank you. Try not to ask questions if you don't have to, just be direct. Instead of saying, can you help me write? Just say write for me. And so just really getting to the point, but at the same time, giving a lot of context, as much context and setting the stage and priming the AI to be able to reply and respond in a way that's going to be really helpful. Constraints just mean limit the amount of limit what it is that you're looking for. And we can talk about that today as well, instead of allowing it to kind of go off and do everything. If we are going to work through some steps today as well, and this was important for the custom GPT. Those custom GPTs that you'll be gifted, and you'll be gifted another one today, they break down a big workflow into steps. And if you're going to ask ChatGPT to do a workflow for you that also has steps, it's important to break that down. So we kind of covered that, but this is a really important consideration when you are learning how to prompt. And I came up with this term scenario mapping because it's this idea of working backwards. So identify the scenario that you want ChatGPT to help you with. Really think through it before you sit down and work on a task. So it requires a little bit more heavy lifting up front. But once you've identified what your objective is and why you want to incorporate AI, then you think backwards about how ChatGPT can help you. And by doing that, you can turn it into a repeatable workflow using AI. Okay, our first scenario. So this was Linda's idea because I know she encourages her professionals, her tribe members, to give free content and to engage and have newsletters and just make sure that they're always providing value to their audience. And that can be really hard. And it can be really hard to know what's the right stuff to present to your audience. And so one of the questions we could actually ask today is, what does my audience care about? What are some of the pieces of content that my audience would like to receive? So I've created this prompt here. Now we need a volunteer. So
Yes, who's volunteering?
Who would like to volunteer to do a little bit of content planning together?
Woo-hoo.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this prompt, but it's not set in stone either. So This was just my idea. I'm going to
Do I have
go
any
into
hands up? I'm
ChatGPT.
looking for hands up here. Let me just see. Hands up
Okay,
for
and another
volunteers.
thing, guys, is if there is no hand up,
Tina's hand
we
is up. Tina's hand is up. She's
okay,
up.
great.
Yeah.
Because we do have a lot of prompts. We don't have to get to all of them.
Yes.
And I can just explain it as well, and we can move on. So when we do have a volunteer, we can go. Okay, Tina. I don't see you on my screen, Tina.
So, yep. Tina, do you want to
I'm
unmute
here.
yourself?
Hello.
There we go.
Hi.
Perfect.
Okay. All right, that's fine. I don't have to
Hi.
see you. So I'm just going to read this out and then we're going to see how we can tweak it together. So act as a senior content strategist with 20 years at a top marketing agency. My friend did say that he tested saying 5 years as a strategist versus 20 years, and the output was better with having given the role with like more experience. But then I made a joke and I'm like, what if you say he has 100 years experience? So I mean, use that with a grain of salt, but I thought that was interesting. So help me create a list of 52 pieces of free content, one per weekly newsletter that I release. Start by asking questions about my business, audience, offers, goals, and any other important questions you need answered in order to help create the most enticing content. Help me think through the best way to create this list, then build the list based on my answers. Break this down into steps one at a time. Okay, hi Tina. Tell me what you do.
Hello. Interior design and decorating.
Okay. Do you currently post content?
No,
Okay.
unfortunately.
That's a very common answer. So we don't have to stick with this. Have you ever used the voice to text, the microphone?
Have I used voice to text?
Yeah, where you actually communicate like what you do, like you're talking to ChatGPT. Okay. All right. So let's start with
No.
this. We're gonna try it today. So we'll stick with Linda's idea of 52 pieces of free content, one per week. And now what we're doing is we're asking ChatGPT to engage with you
And
and ask
strategist
you
with
the
20
appropriate
years at a top
questions.
marketing agency. Help me create a list of 52
Oh,
pieces of free
anyone
Big
else
content,
fan.
who's not
one per
unmuted, we're
weekly
just going to
newsletter.
listen to Tina for a moment. So I know, I don't know who's chatting there, but just
Thanks,
everyone mute
Diane.
except
Thank you.
Tina. Thank you. Okay.
All right. So with the new GPT-5, if anyone was familiar with the old model, it chooses which model. We might talk about this a little bit next class. It chooses which model to answer the question. So here it's thinking. It's thinking for quite a long time.
So can Tina just talk in while we're talking, like right now?
She will be able to. Yeah, we can't right now. We have to wait for this to actually
Hmm.
answer. Are there two people in the waiting room?
And is this only
Yes,
for
it's okay.
the
I got it.
paid version?
Yes.
Yes, this is the paid version, although the prompt will work in a non-paid version in a free account for sure. So for those of you who are got your laptop up and ready, you're muted anyway. So use the voice button on your bar and put the prompt right in there for yourself.
Yeah, you
It's
can do
right,
that if you
right on
want.
the screen. You can go along and do your own, inserting a 52 pieces. There we go. Okay, it does take a minute. I mean, we're asking it to do a lot, but
Yeah, that took quite a while. That
it
took
did.
longer than normal.
Yeah,
But, yeah, sure. I'm asking it to break it down into steps. I don't actually do that very often because I don't usually break down really
right.
challenging workflows. But that's interesting. So this is okay. So it's giving a full breakdown.
Yeah.
Answer these prompts as briefly as you'd like. If you are short on time, answer only the starred items and pick a structure in step two. Okay. This is new direction for me before.
So I was just going to say when I did my content calendar, I did 30 days. I just asked for 30 days of content and I was specific with the prompt. So again, if you don't want 52-week plan and you just want a 30-day content calendar, just tell it that,
Yeah.
right?
Um, yeah, this is okay. So we didn't say specifically for a newsletter, but it is assuming that we're talking about a newsletter. Okay, this is a lot. Step two, holy moly. Part of what I
Yeah.
talked about last time about that overwhelm, this is overwhelming.
Yeah, so can we change the prompt,
We
Vicky?
sure
Because
can.
I
We
feel
sure
like when
can.
I did my 30 days, it was super quick, it was clear. I
Hmm.
said I was in mortgages or whatever I said, and it was like create
Yeah.
this. Yeah, it was super
Yeah.
easy. So
So this
maybe
is an
we can,
idea. This is an example of if you see something like this and you're like, whoa, that's not what I expected. That's
yeah,
not
it's
what
a
I
lot.
wanted. It's too much. So you can start over. You can also edit your prompt here.
Okay.
So we're just gonna go like this. Help me create. Just gonna say, 10 pieces. Oops. Okay. Let's do something smaller.
Yeah. And
Oh, I did
remove the
say newsletter.
newsletter. I think you
Yeah,
need
there
to
we go.
remove, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we're just going to leave it here. Help me. We're just going to leave it here. I wanted to ask you questions about who you are so that you can get a sense of what it's like to engage using the voice to text. This is more manageable. These are standard titles. Okay.
Yeah.
Establish a clear foundation. I'll push past surface level details and dig into the levers that actually drive your content strategy. So now we can do the same thing like it said last time. You don't have to answer all these questions and certainly not all at the same time. But this is good. So your specific offers and services that you want to promote, which ones, okay, so which ones are most important for revenue? You don't have to answer that. Do you sell primarily to individuals or businesses? Your primary audience, what objectives do they typically raise? Where does this audience currently spend their time? Okay, so how do you feel, Tina, about I'm going to invite you. I'm going to hit record and you can record for many, many, many minutes. I've recorded up to 10 minutes before. So there's a very low failure rate where sometimes it does not record. It's very, uncommon. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And we're going to try doing it in real time. And if you feel comfortable answering some of these questions, and the whole point is just we're doing that context engineering. We're providing GPT with as much about you and your business so that it can help create valuable content and your audience. Yeah?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. I'll start. So I'm here with Tina. She's an interior designer, and we're going to start answering some of these questions to provide you with some context to help start to create that content calendar. And then once we're done, please continue to ask us questions that you feel are absolutely relevant. Go ahead, Tina.
Okay, so I help homeowners and real estate agents who are looking to um, renovate or decorate their homes, real estate agents who are working with sellers and buyers, and homeowners who are embarking on a renovation or decorating journey.
Okay, great. And so you primarily sell to individuals?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you're dealing with homeowners. Excellent. And so you talked about your primary audience. What objections do they typically raise before buying from you?
That designers are too expensive. It's a luxury ticket item.
Okay, so that's really important. I think that would be something we need to explore in this content. So please, ChatGPT, if you can ask us more questions about the objection so that we can get really clear on how we can address that in content. Do you know where your audience spends time online? That's a really tricky question.
Pinterest, probably
Oh,
Pinterest.
right.
Yes.
And then
Great.
geographical, she wants to put in geographically where she services.
Yes. So anywhere in the GTA, Mississauga, Oakville, Burlington, Etobicoke.
Okay, that's really good. So then maybe we want to focus on Pinterest for this content strategy, and then we can, as a priority platform. What positioning do you want to own in your space? Does that question resonate, or shall we can skip to the next question? The, the main goal. So the main goal of your free content.
Main goal of the free content is to get people to sign up for um, a challenge that I'm having to get to know, like, and trust me.
Okay. Are you running a challenge right now?
I will.
Oh, okay. Talk to what's your challenge?
So it's learn to love your home in 4 days.
Cool. Okay, so that would also be really important to have in a content calendar. So, chat, please ask us more questions so we can flesh out the details of this challenge. All right, so that might also take a second. But
So I
so
just want to, while that's thinking, I just want to see, is anyone doing the prompt alongside? Anyone else like trying to put it in? Okay, good. Diane is, yeah. Okay, awesome. Because you should. It's really the best way to learn. And Nicola, awesome, good. Remy is also just letting us know. Thanks for being here, Remy. It was great to see you on Thursday night. That you can ask chat to just give you one question at a time as well, which is good to know. And I'm letting in more people here, so I'll let
all
them
right,
do
so
that.
we're gonna learn something right now. And maybe I will say this too. So PCs, so the microphone did fail. So
Oh,
it didn't go. So that's okay. We're going to show
okay.
you something. I'm going to show you two things. One, know that that happens more
Yep.
on a PC than on a Mac, but this is the first time it's happened for me on my PC since they've updated the microphone. So now
Yep.
I'm going to go in. So what my workaround used to be when the microphone wasn't working so much on my computer. First of all, I use voice to text all the time. It's going to be the best way for you to give context. I'm going to go into my phone and I'm going to open that same chat that we just did, and I'm going to give a brief overview of what we just talked about, and then we're going to see it populate on the screen.
Okay. Sounds
I'm
good.
with Tina, who's an interior designer, and she currently doesn't post content online, but she would like to have a content plan prioritizing Pinterest to be able to showcase her interior design skills. Uh, we talked about an offer. Now we talked about two things that we want to put in your content. We talked about a challenge that you're going to be running 4 days to love your home. So we want to create some content around that. What was the other thing that we talked about?
That she works with realtors.
For
Okay.
realtors and homeowners
Yeah,
who
so she
are,
works with realtors and homeowners. No, the objection that she often gets is that designers are too expensive and it's a luxury item. So we definitely need to address that objection in, varying ways in content. So we'd like to focus this content strategy on those two things, so objections and this challenge that she wants to run, but anything else that would be relevant for her audience that her audience would be interested in when it comes to interior design. She sells to individuals, so she sells to homeowners. She's in the GTA, Greater Toronto area, so we can cover that whole area. And the main goal of her free content is going to be lead generation, but getting people into her challenge. So let's start there. What else do you need to know from us? It rarely fails on the phone. So you can choose if you want to take a chance if you're on a PC. And of course, the longer you're recording, the scarier it gets that you might lose it. But something else I'll say on the phone, if you do start to use voice to text a lot, you might get a big orange button that says like it couldn't generate. I get this 50% of the time. Just click it and it will still generate. So something else that has happened to me when I was working at the AI Training Institute, there have been times where ChatGPT has been down. I don't know if that's ever happened to anyone, but it failed on a day that we had a really huge demo to show. So it just went through and it's populating on my phone now. So once you let it populate on your phone, um, once it's done here, I'm going to go ahead and refresh my computer so that you can all see it. And then that does happen in real time. Okay, so it's done populating on my phone.
Who downloaded the phone chat GPT app as well? Because you should. That way you can do exactly what Vicky is doing, whether you're in the car and you have an idea or, this is really, really important. So, okay, let's have a look.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So clear sense of Tina's audience and objectives. Okay, so this is good. Before we build a 10-piece content plan, if you can stop ChatGPT from rushing ahead to the next step, that's already a skill. That's really important because it's constantly wanting to move before you're ready. So I need to tighten a few details so that the strategy is both realistic and effective. For the 4 days to love your home challenge, what is the next step after someone participates? I also want to stress how effective, how helpful these types of clarification questions are. This is also relatively new with the ChatGPT upgrades, because this is really what's going to help with that creative brainstorming, that thinking deeper beyond what you could possibly do on your own. Okay, a consult, a package, or a design service. Does Tina offer virtual design services or is everything in person? Okay, that's interesting. I would have never thought about that. What types of homeowners? Typical price point, high quality project photos. Okay. How comfortable are you with being on camera? Okay, that's another good way to get content. Okay, is there a goal for the challenge? Okay, so you can get the sense that it's asking for clarification questions before it creates the content plan. And the more that you can do that back and forth, the more that it can gather that information from you, the richer and the more valuable its content plan is going to be.
So at this time, we have a few people asking, how did you get your phone and your laptop to sync?
Yep.
yeah.
So you are logged into your phone on your account and you're logged
Yes.
into your computer on your
Okay.
account.
Okay.
That's it. You're
Oh,
logged in.
same
That's it.
time. Just log
Yeah.
in at the same time. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
And then you're
All
just going
right.
to, okay. I think we should move on.
Yes,
Uh,
we have like five,
yeah.
six, seven other prompts that we're going
Yeah.
to do, but Tina, you will have it. Oh, while you're there, see what she did there? Good time for the 7 inning stretch. Let's go, everybody. Put your hands up. We need hands up. Vicky, you got to stop your screen because I'm taking
Ah!
our proof that we did this together, everybody, please. And thank you. Awesome, awesome. That's great. Thank you so much. Awesome. Okay, thought I'd take that moment. Hey, I got to make sure you guys all have a pulse and we're here. So thank you again. That was good, but you definitely got the sense of what you can do. And if it is too overwhelming, I have literally said to chat, stop asking me questions.
Yeah.
Stop
Yeah.
asking me questions because it's like, do you want this or how about this or this or this? And it's like, oh my gosh,
I
okay.
want to focus on the thing that I'm focusing
Yeah.
on.
Can you please get to the finished product that you're making me for XYZ?
Yeah.
So, okay, let's
Yeah.
go to the next prompt scenario.
So
This
the
one is really good as well. So, this one is on workflow. Do we have a volunteer on workflow?
and I'll
You
give a little
wanna,
bit of backstory on this one while we wait
you got
for
to
a
open up your screen
volunteer.
again a little bit bigger or
Me?
whatever. Yeah. Yeah.
This is my full screen.
So we saw all your other slides
Oh yeah,
underneath
that's
again.
only because I'm not staying in Canva. We're back
Oh,
in
okay.
Chat. Do you see ChatGPT right now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the purpose of this prompt, and this was suggested to me with one of my one-on-one clients. She was an HR consultant, and she wanted to know how to stay on top of important industry updates specific around workplace policy. And it can be really hard to have to scour the internet on your own for that stuff or like subscribe to all the newsletters. And so what we're going to do in our next session is we're going to figure out how can ChatGPT first you explain to ChatGPT what it is that you need. So a volunteer that has things in their industry that they would like to be kept up to date on, let's share those and have Chat work through where you find that information and confirm if that's true or not, and then two, how you could create a repeatable workflow to make sure that you stay on top of industry trends. I think accountants for some reason, accountants, financial advisors, even insurance, like information in the insurance industry that might be changing regularly. Uh, anyone, anyone want to give us a try?
Well, we do have
All
an
right, I'll go.
accountant here,
I'll go.
Casser.
I'm the accountant.
Yay!
Okay, good. All right, so I am an, I'm gonna say, I'm an accountant who does, what kind of accounting do you do, Kaiser?
I do accounting and tax work.
Okay, who does taxes?
Personal
Um,
and business as well.
Yeah.
okay, all right, who does, perfect. Personal and business taxes. Um, so I'm not going to include this. Um, ask me questions to help me create this workflow.
This is great for the mortgage industry, real estate. I mean, every industry, right? If you always need to know what's new, what's updates
Yeah.
from, yeah, the Canadian government and things like that, this is excellent prompt.
Okay. So have
And
you
yes,
already
yes, we will share all the prompts because people were asking. Yes, we will.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
again, there's going to be a Google Doc that goes out with like your free GPT, a walkthrough, like these prompt scenarios, and a few other things as well. Okay, so what matters most? So this is good. So it needs to know what you already consume, what matters most, and what constraints you have. Maybe time. Let's start with or where you live. That's a constraint. So let's
Mm.
start with some clarifying questions. Kaiser, is that how you pronounce your name?
That's Castor, but yeah,
Casser.
Caster.
basically
Okay.
Ontario and
Caster,
Canada, right?
how do you feel about using the voice to text?
I use it. Yeah.
Excellent. Great. Okay. So we're going to keep it short in case, for some reason it doesn't. I think maybe we just got to keep it under a couple minutes on the computer. Do
Yep.
you mind answering, should the workflow cover personal tax changes, business corporate taxation, accounting standards? Okay. Are you interested in industry trends like accounting tech tools? Okay. Maybe let's just focus on the first three. I'm going to start recording and you can go ahead and share what's relevant.
Include Canadian and Ontario taxes.
So not international updates.
No,
Okay.
not international.
And what should your workflow cover? What do you want to stay up to date on?
The tax changes that affect self-employed and small businesses and individuals.
Okay, great. Yeah, small businesses. Okay. Are you interested in industry trends, in any industry trends in particular that you want to stay up to date on?
Yes, basically the tools on how, I guess, QuickBooks and Xero are improving.
Okay, great. So improvements in those softwares, or updates in those softwares that would help you do your job more effectively. And then are there updates you're already consuming, sources that you already that are on your radar?
That's the CRA website is the main one.
Right. Okay. So something else that chat does now, which is helpful, is it actually gives you the text here. So what I'm going to do, I don't remember if it did this last time. I wasn't paying attention. I'm just going to copy it before I send it off. But now what's great, this is new, you can actually edit, like you can add more text after you talk. So if you wanted to upload a document, if you forgot to say something that you wanted to include, you can do that now in the same prompt, whereas you couldn't do that before. All right, so Canadian and tax updates, accounting software, industry trends from CRA as the baseline source. Monday, regulatory scanning, CRA newsroom, check for press releases, Ontario Ministry of Finance, CPA, create a quick tax changes log, Wednesday. So this
So
sounds
it
very,
is actually telling Caster to like make time blocks for these things or reminders on these things, suggesting even a day. That's
yeah,
kind of cool.
it
Okay.
is. Now, what would be even cooler is once this can actually get done by an AI. So, with
Yes.
an agent would actually do that research for you. But I want to know, can you tell us why you've done this workflow this way? Like why Monday, Wednesday, Friday? And for the regulatory scanning, would he just have to go to all of those websites, the CRA Newsroom, Ontario Ministry of Finance, CPA Canada Tax Blog? Or is there a prompt that he could submit to ChatGPT to give him an update on those four sources so that he doesn't like the whole point is to use ChatGPT. So we also need you to explain to us how you can be part of his workflow to make this go a lot quicker. Is there a reason you suggested Wednesday for the tools? And also, can you create a prompt that would allow Caster to quickly get a glance of what new releases and updates are to those accounting softwares? And in so doing, on the same day, wouldn't it make more sense that he then asks, do these impact my clients, and immediately follow up if it does? I don't see why he would do that on a Friday. I see all of this being done on the same day in a 30 to 45-minute block using ChatGPT prompts that have been pre-designed to help with this workflow. So this is a good opportunity to mention the idea of what's it called? It's a particular a structured a system workflow. I forget the name, but it's this idea of you having a system prompt. That's the word. Having a system prompt ready to go. So Caster, in your case, you would have a chat over here, a conversation called accounting trends or industry updates. And then every week you would enter that same prompt and you would ask it to scan those websites for updates. And it would become a repeatable workflow. And this is the idea of like a repeatable AI workflow. All right, what did it say? I initially spread things across the week to prevent overload. No, that just creates more work and make sure each category gets focused. No, but that assumes you want to process things in chunks. Exactly. In reality, ChatGPT acting as a consolidator and filter, you could compress this into one focus session. So pay attention to how I pushed back. One of my one-on-one clients thought that whatever ChatGPT said was God. Like you just had to do what ChatGPT said, and that for her was a huge aha moment. That absolutely not. You are in the driver's seat. So push back and question a lot because ChatGPT just says stuff without really knowing. Linda.
Yeah, and I just want to say I hope that everyone recognized as Vicky is really good already at talking to chat that she's very direct and she's the boss, which you are the boss. So the more, bossier you could be, the better it is anyways. But I just want to know if anyone recognized that Vicky was very like to the point and just, so it was really good. But we have to get to that. I still do say please and thank you in my chat, and that's okay. Whatever.
I do
Um,
too. I do too. It's a human nature. We don't want to lose our sense of humanness. And if that means being polite, be polite by all means.
Yeah.
But
So
don't let
I
it.
do want to just address, we have a couple of questions here. So we're
Yeah.
just, Diane is saying, how do we ensure the information is accurate, especially in Cassler's case where, there's legal implications
Yep.
if it's wrong. And so
Yep.
we've specified which websites it should come from. Of course, as the disclaimer at the beginning of this call, Vicky has said we are not getting into any of the legal, legalities of what chat is giving you. It is always up to you to verify the information. Always, 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 right? So that's the only thing. So at least if it gives you a summary and you could do a quick, run through of what's correct or what you're worried about for implications before you send out to your audience and your database, that's due diligence. You should be doing that, right? Especially given, again, depending your industry.
ChatGPT just gives you a focus. If it's going to say, here's an update in X industry, now the onus is on you to go and check it. I'm sure, like, yes, you have to double check that this information is accurate. In
Yeah.
fact, let's do it. Let's do it and see if it's accurate. And we'll get Kessler to test it. So
Okay.
so here it says copy. So it's created something called Markdown. It's really, you can just copy paste it. So if you wanted to keep your own prompts somewhere,
Yep.
you just or you could copy this, you can upload it into the chat, and then anyway, there's multiple ways that you can keep system prompts like this for future reference.
And for time wise, Vicky, we are going to have to get to the
Move
other
on.
prompts
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, that's
And I
fine.
just want to say, Patrick, you're right. Thanks for mentioning that too. If you don't specify in 2025, you could
Yeah,
end up with old information. So thank you for, pointing that out and just
very
reminding
good.
everyone here. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, good
date
stuff.
and location.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Here
So
we go.
this idea was a project plan. One of
Sure.
the best, most effective ways to use ChatGPT is in planning a project or an event, because it will highlight for you tasks that you may have missed, or it will connect dots that you didn't realize need to be connected, or it can help you do like a critical path, like you must do this before you do this. So we don't have to do this one. I just want you to know that this is possible. I thought this would have been fun to do last week with Linda's speed networking to help see if there were any like sort of small admin things that may have fallen off her radar. But
Your
just,
screen is not shared, just so you
oh
know.
gosh.
Yeah, it's
Thank
okay.
you. Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yep.
Um, so I'll quickly let you guys, okay, read this. So it's just this idea. Here's what I've done so far. So you would paste your list, what you've already done, and then whatever important dates are, have chat identify the steps, like put it in, especially if you just want to ramble all the things you have to do for your project, and then ask it to put it into steps in priority. Yeah, Linda.
So I'm just going to say, like everybody on here, I can see Nicola's got events, Heba's got events, Tina's got events, Alejandro's got open houses, which is an event. So
Yes.
you just use it, how you can, but this is a great prompt as well. So
Yeah.
take a picture of it if you want to like do it right after the call, because we will send you the recording with the prompts after too, but in case it's more timely for you to
Yeah,
take a
and a
picture of
good
it.
point about open houses and like renovation products that are projects that are repeatable, like it's a repeatable set of steps.
Yes.
You do this once, you can have it create a system prompt, and then you reuse that system prompt every time you have a new open house. And so it knows exactly what you need done and how to follow it. For any time you have a repeatable process, it'll be really helpful to try to create a prompt that you can use over and over. All right, this one, so we only have 20 minutes.
Yep.
So I'm just going to explain, I think, the last few, because this is a really good one. Where do you guys rank on ChatGPT in your industry, and how do you rank? I bet, I mean, if some of us rank, I think maybe Heba might rank, as a big construction company. I did this exercise with a green roof company that I've been working with. They did not rank because they did not use the words green roof enough on their website. It was all installation companies, not manufacturers. So and then you have the conversation with ChatGPT. Why don't I rank? How did you decide that these five ranked over here? Where am I? and why didn't I rank, and how do I rank? So having that conversation, and it tells you exactly how it makes this decision. Whereas with SEO, we have no freaking clue. So you can get specific,
And also, what I like about who are the top 10 X in my industry, you need to know who your
specific
competition
advice
is
here on how you can
anyway.
rank. On to the next one.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And what they're doing. No, that's okay. All right. Okay, this is just, you've probably all experimented with this. It's changing the tone. So if you have a bio or if you have something and you're like, "Ugh, it doesn't sound quite right," you can just ask it to take the same context and change the tone. This one is pretty straightforward and
And
simple,
by the
but
way, I say have fun with it. Like if you want
yeah.
to do it like Arnold Schwarzenegger, try that and look what it looks like. And if you want to do Julia Roberts, like it will create it that way. And you're like, oh my gosh, so have fun with it too. But then, hone it down to how you want your vibe, right?
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
speak.
Yeah. I do feel like ChatGPT errs on the side of like pretty professional neutral, which seems to work just fine for me. But if you're looking for something a little bit punchier, you do
Yeah.
need to ask for it. This was again Linda's idea. Linda always helping her entrepreneurs come up with new ways to make money. So in this, again, it's a back and forth. So have ChatGPT ask you questions about your strengths, what you're good at, what you currently do, how much time or energy, effort that you might have, and have it this is as a brainstorm using ChatGPT as a creative strategist. So brainstorm some new income streams and see if any of them would actually be feasible and doable. Okay, so this one okay, this is actually really cool. And maybe I think we'll just save this for next week because I really would like to show you guys how this works. Again, someone mentioned sources, so you would need to fact check. But in real time, ChatGPT can help you create a market analysis report on any industry. And you can add certain things as you go. You can say add a table of contents, add a glossary. So you can, yeah, you can see it and you can see it update. This is really powerful when it comes to getting a snapshot of an industry. Um, Okay, well, a recap report is maybe we can do some of these next week. But this is the idea. I was going to take the really really long transcript from last week's session and put it into ChatGPT and give it this constraint and say that I wanted it to extract the key insights that were covered and group them into themes and rewrite it into a 600-word email recap. If you do client calls, this is probably one of the most time efficient ways to use ChatGPT. Of course, there's Otter and like there's all of the AI assistants. I prefer to take the transcript myself because I find the summaries that they do are often wrong, and this way you control the narrative.
Hmm.
Okay, and then just I'm curious, would there have been an audience request? Like, do you have a workflow, and we can maybe do this next week as well, that you would like help with, or you think that maybe there would be a way to apply ChatGPT, but you're not entirely sure? I'll
Now's
leave
your
that with
time to
you.
ask. Now's your time to ask about a prompt that you've been thinking of, or that you want to get deeper on, or polished. I love that word, using it polished, using the word optimize. And the other thing I say to, okay, Remy, one second. The other thing I say to a chat GPT all the time is dig deeper. When I'm
Yeah,
not like thrilled with the answers.
non-obvious answers.
Yes, non-obvious answers to dig deeper. And it will come up with more. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, okay, this is more what I was looking for. Remy,
Yes.
go ahead.
Um, I've thank you for putting that together, and I'm using quite a lot of what you're saying, so I love it, and I come across some problems too. But one of the things I've tried at some point, it didn't work out very well for me, was I was trying to see if I can upload uh, a bank statement and have
Mhm.
them generate for me all the lists so that I can put in, like for Kaiser, for example, to put it to prepare for accounting. So I tried a few times. It didn't always capture the things right. And I thought, so if you want to think about a challenge, I think that was I haven't given too much thought now. I tried for maybe a day or two, 3 months ago, and then I left it on the side. But I think at some point I would come back to that because I think that's put your bank statement, it brings everything, organize it, and says, okay, this is personal, this is business, and try to classify them in a certain way. And you can
Ah,
feed it
okay.
to QuickBooks in a quicker way. Well, this is kind of the idea behind that.
I love that thinking. This is where you're testing the limits. We have to experiment. We have to try. And if we don't get it on the first try, we can try on a second try. We can try a different way. We can come back in a week when the platform gets a random update we didn't know about.
Well,
So,
actually, it's for, like you said, I use it in version 4, not in version 5. Maybe I should retry again.
exactly. Absolutely. I love
Awesome.
that. I
Thanks,
love hearing
Remy.
the
Yeah,
experimentation.
very
Yeah.
good.
Okay, learn how to prompt. You're going to see a lot of prompt tips out there. You have my 5. I'd say focus on a few that really work with you and align with how you feel and use them. If you see a prompt and you're like, oh my God, that would be so annoying to do every time, don't do it. You don't have to listen to anybody else's advice. Do what works best for you. Definitely be direct, as Linda said. As Remy showed us, experiment. That's how you're going to learn what's possible and share with each other what we are doing. Remy telling me that, I would have never thought to do that. I'm like, that's a great idea.
Me neither. What
So
a
we
great
have
tip.
to share, like,
Hmm.
if nothing else, like, get into the habit of asking, like, hey, how did you use AI this past week? Like, what did you use it for? It's going to be really incredible, but we need to open our mouths and talk to each other. And of course,
Can I
context.
share
Okay,
something
I know
else?
I'm not sure. Pardon?
Can I share something else that actually someone shared with me
Absolutely.
that I started doing? Someone was thinking about building a kind of a board, a virtual board. And so the way they were thinking about the virtual board is she asked for different books that was very important for her. She asked ChatGPT to do a synthesis of that book with the keywords. And then she used that to feed into a virtual board that actually using those books as a guidance for that person to give answers. And I think that's a brilliant thing. So I'll start doing it. I'm just working on that at the moment. So I compiled the books I wanted, and he's actually doing me a 20 to 30 pages synthesis for each of those books to be used as a
As a
board of
G
directors. So
Yeah, so you're doing a GPT. Yep, absolutely. I thought maybe we'd have time to do that in class 3, but we don't. It's a little bit too advanced and an hour isn't enough. So Linda and I will brainstorm maybe doing a workshop on something like that. Because yeah, you just choose your favorite books, your favorite speakers, your favorite thought leaders. You get their content, the way they speak, the way they interact, and then you put that into a GPT and that becomes, yeah, your board of advisors. This is becoming a really popular trend right now. So on
So
that note,
Vicky,
you can have ChatGPT act like a board of advisors. These 3 personas are the most common based on the tasks that we went through today. So we have thought leader, intern, and detective, which is my favorite. So next week, it's not set in stone yet, but we are going to continue this conversation around how to really, really start thinking AI first, how to always be asking, how can AI help me do this better? And I do think that doing an exercise on strategy and decision making and how to have ChatGPT help you think better, clearer, deeper, as Linda said, maybe a little bit on writing, how to get better quality writing. It has a lot to do with context engineering. And this idea of system prompts, which we covered a little bit today. So maybe we'll focus on something else, but it's something to keep in mind. All right, so we have a little bit of time, thankfully, so I can talk about if anybody's interested in doing a one-on-one session, the whole purpose is to do what we did today, but with workflows that are specific to your business. And so these were more generic, but how can we actually give you wins in 1 hour? How can we give you at least 3 wins where you go, oh my gosh, that's going to save me so much time. That's going to help me think better. That's going to make business so much more fun, or that allows me to focus on my strengths so much more, give away the stuff I don't want to do. The whole point of the 60 minutes is to help move the needle for you, to help you really understand how to leverage. And this one is specific for ChatGPT. So because you're here, 20% off, coupon code Lead Tribes. So in the follow-up email, you'll get the link to the website. So just keep note, if you enter Lead Tribes because you're here, you get 20% off. And then for the next one, this is if you want to go a little bit further. So this is if you really want more than just a 1 hour session. It's 3 one-on-one sessions and 2 group calls. If we have a cohort, we'll do one at the beginning, one at the end, so that we can share our wins. And at the beginning, we can also lay some ground rules and some foundations to how you can spend the 30 days really applying AI in your workflows. And this, again, at the end, you'll have a personalized roadmap. You'll know exactly how to move forward, and you'll have so much more confidence and clarity. I keep using the words, you're going to see them on my website now, clarity and confidence. Like that's what I'm going after. The one-on-one is like one clarity call, like you really get clear. This one is clarity and confidence to really understand how to apply AI, and instead of having like a big question mark over your head about what it can possibly do. And if you're looking for something that's just a little bit easier, a little bit cheaper, something that's a little bit more hands-off, I am putting together this AI strategy vault. So it's going to be filled with all kinds of resources that I think are going to be incredibly valuable to your AI education. And my ask is if so first 30 days free, I'm just setting it up now, so I'm just starting to upload all the resources. But if you do join, and you do share a win in there, or you do engage, you ask a question, and you just help me sort of get this community started. And so that and or if you come to the first community call that we have, I will give you a 1 hour free clarity call as a thank you for helping me start this community. Your free gift is going to be another GPT. As you can see, it's a mouthful. It's 7 steps. It's a lot, but it is to create a content calendar. And you just go step by step. And because this is a custom GPT, it doesn't make you do it all at once. It goes step by step by step. So it's very calming to the nervous system. You can take breaks if you need to, and it's not going to be as overwhelming as the example that we had with Tina at first. Linda.
Oh yes. Okay. So basically, my gift to everyone is to keep connecting, because this common thread of learning and evolving our businesses with other business owners. So all of you are invited to our virtual networking call on Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that will be the link to that call will also be in our follow-up. So keep connecting. That's how we're going to grow and evolve and get you business, and referrals would be amazing. But yeah, I'm excited to do that.
Okay, so we did get that. Thankfully, this time we did get a chance to engage a little bit more with you during the session. I would love, for my own personal selfish reasons, feedback on if there was something today that you learned, or one of those like, oh my God, I can do that moments. Because I've had so many of them, and I've had them by myself, just sitting at my computer, just going one transformation after the other, one aha after the other. And so I would love to hear if anybody has experienced anything, even just today, you're like, oh, I didn't think to ever ask that, or that I could do that. Or of course, if you just have questions about the platform. We do have time for questions this time.
Hey Vicky, it's Ange here.
Hi.
So I took your SEO prompt and I actually just screenshot it as an image
Yeah.
while you were talking, and I put it into chat, and I thought it was really cool. I love your prompts. Like I love how your brain communicates with ChatGPT, and I love watching you work, first of all. I put that in, and it was like, it compared me to some people, and it was like, you don't do this, this, or this. And I'm like, yes, I do. That's on my website. And then it actually came back to me and told me how I can improve the information on my website. Like, yeah, you do have that, but there's not an H1 tag on it. Right. Like, so I was like, oh, how cool is that? Right.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. That was the whole purpose of that particular SEO prompt, was to give you clear, actionable ways that you can improve your SEO so that you could then rank. And if you want to try again, it was actually Drew that suggested us at the speed networking, go into incognito mode so that your ChatGPT doesn't know you. Like if you want to do all the updates in a week or so, and then ask again, and it won't have the memory of you having previously asked.
So Cassier's aha is automating how to stay updated. That was great, and we did use him as the example. And so I hope that all of you can take away something you could do and updating in your own business and field. So in terms of competition, so the prompts are great. And one thing I want to say is like, tell me who my two biggest competitors are and how I stand out from them is a really good prompt, because it will take exactly what's on your website. It will tell you what your benefits are versus those competitors. And so when you're having your prospecting calls and you're meeting, your people, you know exactly how you win over your competition. That is a great, great prompt as well. We probably should have made that a slide. But, we do always need to know what our competitors are up to. But yeah, ask it for that.
Yeah, and what they're doing well. Maybe you
Yeah,
said
what
that,
they're
but
doing
yeah.
well, 100%.
So
Anyone else?
Cannon's point is important, which is that it's taken over the jobs of writers. So I actually don't think it's taken over the jobs of writers. If has anyone else noticed that ChatGPT writing sucks a lot of the time? Or I shouldn't say it sucks necessarily, but it's the same, and it follows the same phraseology. It follows the same sentence structure. It follows the same. This is not just a networking event. It's a life-changing act. Like, it's not just this, it's that. It's, oh my gosh, it's driving me crazy. So I actually think there's a lot of room for writers to be able to leverage ChatGPT effectively and also speed up their workflows, same as
And I,
everyone else.
I, I just want to say, Cannon, that we have a copywriter on our virtual tribe who also annihilates the writing of ChatGPT, and his business is going up because people are recognizing the same sort of speak, and they don't want it to look like that. So I'd love for you to connect with Trent. I'd love to connect you with Trent after. Also, want to just say Tina wrote her aha moment was to see her ranking, to ask it, where do you rank? I mean, this is important on Google, but guys, it's going to be very, very important that you get the same ranking or better ranking on ChatGPT. And my business personally also just was proof that because Lead Tribe stuff is all on the internet, that we had somebody go in chat searching for a networking event, and Lead Tribes came up as the number one event in Hamilton, and they came out and we got new members because of that. They actually joined. So this is how easy it is. Now, I did not know I was ranking in ChatGPT, so it's a little bit of a aha reverse moment. But you do have now the ability, we've given you that information to go make sure that you are ranking, and you can ask it, why am I not ranking?
Mhm.
Okay. Also, you can
Remy,
train. Yeah.
yeah, so
Sorry.
Remy said I've uploaded my last 2 years of content so it could learn my voice. Remy, where did you upload that?
Are you good?
Oh,
So,
Zenis, yes. Can
And
you,
I'm just going to mute Zanisha
thank
there.
you.
Yeah. Okay.
so basically, I create a custom
Yeah, you
ChatGPT,
did. Okay.
and
Yeah.
I create a file where I paste all my contents over the last 2 years. So and then ask him to just what is my style about that. So he analyzed my style. He gave me some keywords about my style. I create a persona based on that. And then now I'm in this custom GPT. All my content is driven through that. So I come with ideas. Like I say, I blurb. I say whatever I have in my ideas, and he structure that, but he structure with my own voice, which
Right.
makes a
So,
difference. I still have to do some cleaning a little bit. There is still things that comes from typical chat, but to
yeah.
give something that is much more my voice than what will be a standard chat GPT post.
So, Remy, one of the things in this whole audience here, I just want to share is that Vicky introduced me to a chat that was really incredible of pulling out the mission of why I built my business. And so once I did that chat GPT, and now the mission is very clear, my purpose is very clear, and you put that into your chat and it speaks to that, and all my goals are based on my mission. I mean, that is a game changer, and maybe we should do, maybe we should
Yeah.
do that
Next
masterclass,
week.
Vicky,
Well,
because I feel like, sorry, Remy, with 2 minutes
well,
left, we're just going to wrap this up.
no.
But guys, thank you so much for being here. If you want to continue with Vicky, she's given you some options there. We'll be here next Monday again, same time, same channel. And yeah, we look forward to sending you the link with the recording so you can at your own time go for it. But any last seconds? Thank you guys. Thank you for being here. Any last words there, Vicky, to wrap up?
I'm curious, how did you upload your mission? Where did you put that when you have ChatGPT running through uh, to put all of your lead tribes activities through that mission and vision? Did you create a GPT?
Yeah,
Do you
I
hear
don't know.
me? Do you hear me?
I hear you.
Okay. I asked you, Linda.
You're asking me?
Yeah.
I thought you were asking Remy. I was like, oh, like, okay,
Oh,
what?
no, Remy
Um,
did create a GPT. How are you running your mission? How are you running all lead tribes activities through your mission vision, like that document that we created, that brand document?
how did I? I guess I copy, cut, and pasted it into chat
Okay,
from the
okay.
other
So
chat.
so this is important because it's
Okay.
like the fundamentals of how you're actually doing this stuff differ. Like
Oh,
Remy created a GPT. So
got it.
you could have uploaded that document and then started asking it questions to reference the document you just uploaded. Or you can copy paste it and say, same idea, like reference this. So I just want to make it like if anyone has any questions about when people are sharing their ideas on how they're using it, press for like specifics. Like, did you upload it? Did you copy paste it? Did you create a GPT? Did you put it in custom instructions, which is another possibility, so that you can really start to feel confident, like all the different ways you can use this platform. All right, that's it for me.
Okay, let's give Vicky a round of applause. That was a lot again and good learning. Thank you. I hope you go prompt away this week and bring us some good ahas next week. And we'll see you here, same time, same place. Thanks, guys. Have a great week. We'll see you.
Bye.
Bye.
Hmm.
I need to stop the recording. Let me just stop the